Welcome to the overview for this week. Apologies it's a bit late, we did have a big day in Parliament yesterday. So Parliament this week was dominated by three issues: health, fire preparedness and the issue of the Westbury and the maximum prison facility that they're trying to build there. That's an issue that won't be going away soon. In terms of health, the government have promised that the new Royal Hobart Hospital would have been opened last year. Well, it's still not open. We're heading towards the end of 2019. The Premier has openly said in the last couple of weeks that the new beds will be open in February of next year. And we found out that actually February of next year won't be the time when the new beds will be delivered. And to be clear, when we say new beds, we're saying that there are 44 new beds, and that's after $700 million of taxpayers' funds being invested in that new facility, and the government are not stumping up the funds to open more beds. So a small increase in the capacity, which won't alleviate the pressure of our emergency department, and it won't alleviate the pressure that the health service and the health system is facing. We also found out that the government don't like criticism. Will Hodgman and Sarah Courtenay, and before Sarah Courtenay, Michael Ferguson, always said that they would back the clinicians and they would back the staff to the hilt. Well, one particular clinician at the Royal Hobart Hospital was very critical in an article of the government's handling and the government's leadership. And guess what? 24 hours later, he was removed from his role. It's not appropriate to sack people to complain about your leadership. What you should be doing is sitting down with clinicians and health staff and working with them and listening and responding to their needs. In terms of fire preparedness, well, we've had an early start to our bushfire season, and we've seen horrific scenes on the east coast of Australia. And we'd like to say thank you to those volunteer and career firefighters from the TFS and also Parks and Wildlife that have already gone to the mainland to help out our friends in New South Wales and Queensland. And in our first little episode of the bushfire season, we found out that an incident management team that should have been staffed by TFS staff could not be staffed, and they had to reach out to other agencies and other regions to fill that team. And that does concern us greatly. We're heading into what is predicted to be a very tough season, and we know the seasons are getting longer and the deployment's harder. And if we can't, on the first cut and in the first example of our season, if we can't fill that team, we're very concerned. And the Minister couldn't answer a question in Parliament, couldn't answer about the recommendations from reviews of previous fire incidents and the fact that they haven't implemented them. And clearly there is a real concern, not only inside the firefighting agencies, but across the Tasmanian community, that we've got a minister and a government that just don't get it, don't understand it, and are not backing our services to the hilt, which they need to do. And again, more revelations about a lack of consultation from this government on the maximum prison facility site, and slowly through RTI information, right to information requests that we've been putting in, we're finding out the other sites that have either been ruled in or ruled out. It's a real mess, a really poor handling of this quite sensitive issue. So another big week in Parliament: health, fire preparedness and the Westbury Prison. We've got one more week before we head into government business enterprise hearings before we finish for Christmas, and we'll keep you up to date.